Boolean value. So that can be either true or false. If it is a true, I should say welcome. Okay, I'll just display username. Okay, username and what is it? Welcome. Otherwise, I just give the message saying that invalid what here? User name. Or username must be what? Alpha. Username must be what? Alpha numeric. Username must be what here? Alpha numeric. Okay, username must be alpha numeric. I just run this. So enter username. So the username is some Naresh. So Naresh is alpha numeric or not? Yes. You can see the message Naresh and what is that? Welcome. Naresh and welcome because it is alpha numeric or not? Yes. So I try to execute again. This time I'll say N123. N123 is valid or not? Yes. Now N123 welcome. If I'm saying N123 or N dollar, okay, if I say N dollar percentage, is it this is valid user or invalid? Invalid. So it is what here alpha numeric. So then how can you verify? Is it by using one function called what is alpha numeric, right? So is alpha numeric. Is alpha numeric is a function that is to okay, the next function is str dot is alphabetic. Yes. What is the next function here? Str dot is alphabetic. So is it input string is an alphabetic string or not? So is it input string is alphabetic string or not? Correct. So is alphabetic. Okay, return a true if all characters in the string are alphabetic and there is at least one character. So what will it return here? False. If it is at least one character, what will it return? False, right? So that is what you mean by is alphabetic, right? Okay, so then next is, see here, for example, name is there. So name must be alphabetic or not? Yes. So name should contain only alphabets. I want to know whether this name is valid or not. I'm just writing name dot is alpha. I'm just writing name dot is alpha. Now what is written here? True. Because is it this contain only alphabets or not? Yes. If I'm writing name one equal to some Naresh, if I'm saying name one equal to Naresh 1, 2, 3, name one equal to Naresh 1, 2, 3. And if I'm saying name one dot is alpha, is it alphabetic string? No. Then what it written here? False. Because when you are saying alphabetic string, it should contain only which one? Alphabets. When you're saying it is alphabetic string, it should contain only alphabets, but it should not contain any other special characters. Okay. Yes. So this is called as is alpha. See, all these are string examine methods. You're trying to verify is a string is valid or not. You're trying to verify is a string is valid or not. So by using all these methods, is it my string is alphanumeric string or not? Is it my string is it my string is alphabetic string or not? So that verification you're doing it by using all these examine methods. I said, I'll try to tell you only the things which are so which are useful, right? So string dot is a decimal. There is a string dot is a decimal. Is a decimal is there. Okay, string dot is a decimal. Now this is useful when you're trying to convert the string to integer. This is useful when you're trying to convert string to what? Integer. But the string should contain which integer? Decimal integer. The string should contain which integer? Decimal integer. Suppose if you are not giving decimal integer and if you're trying to convert, then will it give error or not? Yes. For example, see this is how you do conversion, right? For example, S1 is there. S1 equal to within double quotes, some 56 is there. And whatever you write in the double quotes, whatever you write in the double quotes, will it call it as a string or not? Yes. And inside the double quotes, what is the value written? 56. And this 56 is what? Integer. Whatever you write in the double quotes, it is a string. And within double quotes, there is one value. What is the value you have? 56. Is it 56 is an integer or not? Yes. But which integer it is? Decimal integer. If I'm writing S1 dot is decimal, S1 dot is decimal, what it is written here? True. Suppose if I'm writing S2 equal to within double quotes, if I'm writing 0x12, is it this is decimal? No. If I'm writing S2 dot, S2 dot is a decimal, what it is written here? False. Because is it the string contain decimal value? No. If I'm writing S3 equal to within double quotes ABC, and if I'm writing S3 dot is a decimal, is it written true or false? False. It means my within the double quotes you should have only the value in which format? Decimal. So why? Because so that I can convert this value to which type? Integer type. If it is a true, then only I'll convert this value to which type? Integer type. If it is a false, I'll not convert this value to which type? Integer type. So before converting, to avoid that error, value error or type error, to avoid that value error or type error, before converting, I'm verifying it. Is it the string contain decimal integer or not? If the string contain decimal integer, you are converting. If the string doesn't contain decimal integer, you just give the message saying that, okay, you cannot convert this value into what? Integer. So all these are validation methods. Examine methods or validation methods. All these are called as examine methods or validations methods. Stringer examine methods are string validation methods, right? So that is str dot. What you are saying here is a decimal, is alpha, okay, and then you have is a string contain one digit at least, is a digit. String dot is a digit. Now return true if all characters in the string are digits. So this will return true if all characters. This will return true if all the characters in the string are what here? Digits. And there is at least one character, then it will return what here? False. So return true if all characters in the string are digits. And there is at least one character. What will return here? False. Okay, so all should be digits. Okay, now you can say a equal to 123, same decimal only. A dot is a digit. Is a digit. What it is written here? True. And I'm saying b equal to some x 123. And if I'm saying b dot is a digit, b dot is a digit. In this case, it is written what? False. Because is it all the characters in the string are digits? No. Is it similar to is it decimal or not? Yes. So this both are similar type. This both are similar type. Is a digit and one more is what? Is a decimal. Okay. Is a digit and is a decimal both are what here? Same. Okay. But most of the times you'll try to verify it by using which one? Is a decimal. Rather than using what is a digits. Is identified. Now I say no, I'll try to tell you only the things which are useful, right? So there is a is lowercase. Is a string is in lowercase or not? So that you can find out by using a function called is lower. So that you can find out by using the function called what is the name of the function you are using? Is lower. So that is to find whether input string is in which case. Input string is in which case? Lowercase or not. Return true if all cased characters in the string are in which case? Lowercase. And there is at least one cased character. It will return which one? False. For example, sometimes what you'll do is you have to enter the name in capital letters. Block letters means you have to enter in which letters? Capital letters. And how can I find out whether it is in capital letter or not? Using is upper. Is lower is there and one more is there called is upper. Okay, two things are there. To find out whether input string is in uppercase. To find out whether input string is in uppercase or what is that? Lowercase. Now str dot is upper. Okay, right now two functions are there. One is lower and one more is which one? Is upper, right? So that is to find out whether input string is either in lowercase or what? Uppercase, right? Input string either in lowercase or uppercase. For example, I'm trying to take str1. So within double quotes, I write which one? Python. If I write str1 dot is upper, is it the string is in uppercase or not? Yes. If I'm writing str1 dot is lower, then it returns what? False. Because is it the string is in uppercase or lowercase? Lowercase. If I'm writing str2 equal to within double quotes Python, and if I say str2 dot is lower, then it returns what? True. Going on. So just to know it whether input string is in uppercase or what? Lowercase. Now if I'm writing str2 dot upper, then is it written false or not? Because the string 2 is in which case here? lowercase. So str2 dot is lower is written true, but str2 dot is upper is written what here? False. Okay, now that is to find out whether input string is in lowercase or uppercase. But by finding this, what you can do, you can perform. For example, if the string is in lowercase, you want to convert into which case? Uppercase. If the string is in uppercase, you want to convert into which case? Lowercase. But how can you find out whether string is in uppercase or lowercase? By using is upper and is lower. Okay, by using is upper and what is that is lower function, you can examine is it input string is in lowercase or what is that uppercase. Okay, now is uppercase and is lowercase, and then is space. There is a function called which one? Is space. Str dot is space. What is the name of this function? Str dot is space. Now, is it a string contain only space? String contain only spaces. It should not contain any other characters except what? Spaces, right? For example, now return true if there are only white space characters in the string. Return true if there are only white space characters inside the string and there is at least one character. What it returns here? False. Okay, now it should contain only spaces. Sometimes what will happen is in application development, is you try to input some data, right? For example, assume that you enter username. Assume that you enter what here? Username. You try to enter username. You enter username and then you try to input which one here? Password. You enter username and password, and after giving username and password, you just click on which one? Sign in. After giving username and password, you just click on sign in. But suppose I don't enter username, or I enter username with some spaces. I enter only spaces. But I enter the password. And when I click on sign in, I should verify is it username is entered or not. Username is entered or not means the username is entered here, but is entered what here? Spaces. Is just press which bar here? Space bar. Is enter the username as a spaces. Then I should verify is it username is empty or spaces. Empty is different, right? Empty means you don't enter anything. Empty means what? You don't enter anything. And space means is it space indicates one character or not? Yes. Space indicates one character. The space indicates one character. Empty string is different than a space. For example, this is an empty string. str1 equal to, I just open the double quotes and close it. If I open the double quotes and close it, what will happen? Is it this contain any spaces or empty? Empty string. If I'm saying str1 dot is space. Str1 dot is space, what it is written? False. Because is it this string contains spaces or empty? Empty. Empty is different than which one? Space. If I'm writing str2 within double quotes, I'm writing a spaces. Within double quotes, I'm writing a spaces. And if I'm saying is a space, is it the string contain only spaces or not? Yes. But in this case, what is the value written here? True. So is this string contain a space characters, right? Then it returns what? True. Suppose if I'm writing str3 equal to within double quotes some abc space xyz, but is it contain only a space? No, it is also having some alphabets. It is also having some alphabets. If I'm writing str3 dot is space, str3 dot is space, what is our value returns here? False. Because when is space will return true, if the string contain only what? Spaces. It should not be empty. It should not be empty and it should not contain any other characters, except which characters it should contain? Space characters. It should contain only which characters? Space characters. Then only it returns true. Otherwise, it will return which one? False. That is called as easy space. Easy space, and there is str dot easy title case. Easy title case. Is a string is there in which case here? Title case string or not? Is a string is a title case a string or not? So str dot easy title. Str dot is a title case. So return true if the string is title cased string. Return true if the string is what here? Title cased string. And there is at least one character. If there is at least one character, what it returns? False. So for example, so this example is also there here. So rather than my definition, I just taken the document definition. So return true if the string is title case string and there is at least one character. For example, what is the meaning of title case is uppercase characters may only follow which one? Uncased character. Uncased characters means what here? Lowercase characters. Uppercase characters should be followed by which one? Lowercase characters. Otherwise, it will return what? False. It means first letter should be which case? Uppercase. Okay, first letter means title case means every word first letter should be what? Capital. I can say that every word first letter should be what? Capital. For example, if I am writing str1 equal to Python, is it this is title case? If I am saying str1 dot is title, so what is the value written? True. str2 equal to Python. Python, what is this? Language. Python language and str2 dot is title. Is title is written what? False. Because every word starting letter should be in which case? Uppercase. If I'm writing str3 equal to which one? Python, and then I said here language. Python and language, and if I'm writing str3 dot is title, in this case what it returns? True. So every word starting letter should be in which case? Uppercase, and that you call it as which one? Title. And to know whether string is a title case or not, so that you are finding it by using a method called which one? Easy title. That you are finding it by using a method called easy title. Easy title. If it is not title case, then what you do it? You try to convert that into which case? Title case. If it is not uppercase, then you try to convert into which case? Uppercase. If it is not lowercase, then you try to convert into which case? Lowercase. If it is not in uppercase, you convert into which case? Uppercase. If it is not in lowercase, then you try to convert into which case? Lowercase. Now that depends on your application requirement or not. Yes. We'll see that also. Next methods are that only. How to convert into uppercase and title case. Okay. But this is only to examine whether strings are in uppercase or not, strings are in lowercase or not, strings are in title case or not. If not, then you convert by using some methods. See, there is a method called which one? Lower. So this is used for converting into which case? Lowercase. There is a method called upper, that is used for converting into which case? Uppercase. There is a method called title, that is used for converting into which case? Title case. We'll see all one by one, right? Str dot join. What is the next function here? Join function. What is the name of this function here? join, str dot join. So split and join. Two are there. Split is there and one more is a join is there. So sometimes in application development, what will happen is, see here, it will return a string which is a concatenation of the strings in what? Iterable. So iterable means here, is it a collection or not? Yes. So this iterable is nothing but what here? Collection. So return a string which is the concatenation of the strings in what? Iterable. Return a string which is the concatenation of the strings in iterable. So this is a iterable which contain multiple strings and you are joining all those strings. Joining is nothing but concatenating all those strings. You are concatenating all the strings. Okay. Of which one here? Iterable using this string. Okay. Suppose, for example, there is a list of strings. Okay, there is a list of strings here. There is a string A, and there is one string called B, and there is a one string called C. There is one string called D, and there is one more string called E. Now your list is having how many strings here? Your list is having how many strings here? 5 strings are there. Your list contain how many strings here? 5 strings. Now I want to concatenate. What I want to do is, I want to concatenate all these strings. What I want to do is, I want to concatenate all these strings. Then how can you concatenate all these strings? I want to concatenate all these strings. Then how can I concatenate all these strings? Then what I'll do is, I'll say str1 equal to, you want to concatenate or join. You want to join all these strings by using some separator or not? Yes. Now that separator is treated as one string. That separator is what here? String. I want to join all these strings by using the separator called which one? Hyphen. Dot, dot, what is that here? Join. It followed by iterable. So what is my iterable here? List 1. What is my iterable here? List 1. So it will read the first string from the list and join. Join with which one? Hyphen. Means it will become A hyphen. Then B hyphen, C hyphen, D hyphen, what is that? E. It means all these strings are joined and written one string. And what is that string here? str1. So it means all these strings are joined by using the separator called which one? Hyphen. Now I can use any separator. I can use any separator. I want to join it by using which one? Comma. I want to join it by using which one? Comma. So comma, if I'm writing str2, str2 is having A comma, B comma, C comma, D comma, what is that? E. But this joining is done by using which separator here? Comma, right? In the same way I'm saying str3, I don't give any separator. I'm not given any separator. I just write empty string dot join list 1. Is it any separator is added or not added? Not added. Now you can see A, B, C, D and E. So what you're doing is you are trying to split. You are trying to split. For example, string is there. There is a string called Python programming language. Then I say list equal to str4 dot. What is that? Split. Split is for dividing into a number of substrings or not? Yes. So I use here split and I try to split the string. I try to split the string using what? Separate. So where you are trying to split the string at what? Space. Split will do what? Division, right? Now your list is having how many strings? 3 strings. What is the first one? Python. What is the second one? Programming. What is the third one? Language. Now your list is having how many strings here? 3 strings. First string is what? Python. Second string is what? Programming. Third string is what? Language. Now we split one string into how many strings here? 3 strings. Now I want to join these 3 strings and convert into how many strings? 1 string. Then how can I join this? I'm saying str5 equal to, I want to join this string by separating with what? Space. And then I said space dot join. What is that here? List. Then is it all these strings are concatenated or not? Yes. Now str5. What is str5? Python programming language. Now split is used for dividing, right? Split is used for what here? Dividing, and join is used for concatenating. Join is used for what here? Concatenated. If I'm saying str6 equal to, I want to join with the separator called which one? Star. Star dot join, and this is a list. And if you see str6, if str6 is there, now you can see Python. Python, what is that? Star, and programming what? Star, and next one is what? Language. Now, is it joined with what separator called which one? Star. Now, just try to understand. Split is for dividing, and join is for what? Concatenation or joining. All the strings of one iterable into one string. All the strings of one iterable into one string. Yes. There is one more. This is again justification or alignment. We have seen center alignment, and this is left alignment. We have seen center alignment, but this is which alignment? Left alignment. In a given width, it will try to align. Alignment is flow of characters from left to right. Left alignment means flow of characters will be from left to right. Right alignment means the flow of characters are from right to left. Center alignment means from center it will move towards left side and right side. So that is alignment in a given width. This alignment is always done within the given width. Okay. So width should be given. If you don't give the width, you don't see is it aligned or not. So if you want to see alignment, you have to give a width. Within the given width, you try to display it which side, left side or right side or in the middle. So already we have seen center alignment, but this is which alignment? Left alignment. Okay, right? So this is called as, but for doing this justification, I say no, you have to define the width. For doing this justification, you have to define the width, right? For example, you can write in the command prompt also, no problem. Just take one simple list, right? Names list, or some names you take, or some strings. For example, courses. So there is a list of courses like Python, Java, C++, some .NET, okay, some Oracle. So I read each time one course in courses. Then I want to display this course dot which alignment, left alignment within the width called some 15. So what is the width of this course? 15. But Python is how many characters? 6. Width is a 15. But you fill how many characters? 6. Then remaining all are what? Spaces. Remaining all are what here? Spaces. Now can you see the spaces here, right? Up to these spaces are there. So all these are what here? Spaces. Okay, now this total width is this complete width is what here? 15. This width is 15. 15 is a width, and within this width, the string is aligned left side or right side? Left side. So left side, how many characters? 6 characters. Then these are what here? Spaces. This is useful when you're generating tabular report. This is useful when you're generating which report? Tabular report. Table format, which is nothing but some rows and columns. Rows and columns. When you're generating rows and columns here. For example, assume that you have some student dictionary is there. Student dictionary contain some name of the student and course of the student. Okay, name of the student and course of the student. Name of the student and the course of the student. So while displaying this dictionary, I want in the form of rows and columns. Now each column width should be some 15. Each column width should be what? 15. And within that column width 15, I want the content should be which align? Left align. Okay. So for name comma course, for name comma course in student dictionary dot which one? Items. Then I'm trying to display the name dot left justification of which one here? 15. And course dot left justification of which one? Some 10. Okay, I just take this as what here? 10. Now once you run this course dot not dot comma, right? Now you can see this field width is this column width is what? 15. This column width is a 15 and this column width is what here? 10. But I don't want spaces. Okay, suppose I don't want spaces. Okay, I don't want spaces. Then what will I do? I define the fill character. So by using which character you want to fill it. So I'm trying to say left justification 15 comma, I just write what here? Star. 15 comma star and course dot left justification. So 10 comma, again I put what here? Star. So 15 comma star and 10 comma star. Now after nourish, how many stars are there? Yeah, but here it is filled with what? Spaces, but here it is filled with what? Stars. So here after Python filled with what here? Stars. But what is the total width? 10. But Python is taking how many characters? 6. Then remaining 4 characters are what here? Stars. Okay, right. This is called as alignment or justification. This is called as alignment, or the same thing you can call it as what? Justification. That is left justification, center justification, and there is also which one? Right justification. Then next method function is str dot lower. Now this is used for converting string into which case? Lower case. This is used for converting string into which case here? Lower case, right? So return copy of the string. So this is converting the string into which case here? Lower case. So return a copy of the string with all cased characters converted to which case here? Lower case. So that is done by using one function called which one? Lower, right? Yes. Now this is very simple, right? So you don't require to write your own logic for converting string into uppercase to what? Lowercase. So there is a string which is there in, see, string is always immutable. Means you cannot do changes in what? String. Whenever you are applying any operation on the string, always it will return one new string. I'm saying str dot lower. Means is str1. The changes are done in str1? No. The changes will not be done in str1. After converting, it will return into a new string. But will it do changes inside the string? No. Why? Because is a string is mutable or immutable? Immutable. String is not mutable. String is what here? Immutable. So after, whenever you do certain operations, for example, this is string 1. What is a string 1? Python only. Is it in uppercase or not? Yes. But where is the converted string in str2? So whenever you do certain operations, suppose you want to convert string to lowercase, but this string will be converted into a lowercase, but the changes will not be done in the same string, but it will return that as one new string into what? str2. It will return that into a new string as which one? str2. So for that, you are using one function called which one? Lower. So converting the string from uppercase to what? Lowercase. But are converting string into which case? Lowercase. The string might be in any case, but that will be converted into which case? Lowercase. And that is done by using the function called which one? Lower. Right? Then next is L strip is there. So all these are useful in application development. All these are useful in application development. So str dot L strip. Okay. So L strip is there. Now see here, return a copy of the string. Return, see, return what here? New string. Copy of the string with leading characters removed. Return a copy of the string. Return a copy of the string with leading characters removed. The character argument is a string specifying the set of characters to be removed. Return a copy of the string with leading characters removed. The character argument is a string specifying the set of characters to be removed. If omitted or none, the character argument defaults toward removing which one? Spaces. The character argument is not a prefix. Rather, all combination of its values are what? Removed. Stripped is nothing but removed here. So what is the meaning of this is now this is also useful in application development. For example, assume that you develop one GUI. Okay, assume that this is one GUI, right? Graphical user interface. This is one GUI. Assume that a graphical user interface application. This is one GUI. Okay, this is what I was telling in the morning also, right? I'll show you how you develop GUI applications in what? Python, right? By using one module called which one? Kinter. Python provides one module called which one? Kinter. Kinter module is there. Python provides one module called which one? Kinter. Now this is a login. Okay, so where you enter username. Okay, where you enter username and enter which one here? Password. So once you click on login, so it displayed the message called which one? Welcome. You develop this kind of applications, right? If I give some wrong username and password, it will display invalid username or password. Okay, invalid username or password. What will happen in application development is I enter username, but by just giving some spaces in the beginning and I said Suresh. Okay, by mistakenly I've given some spaces. Where it is given spaces? At the beginning of the string or end of the string? Beginning of the string. Where the spaces are given at the beginning of the string or end of the string? Beginning. It means is this spaces also treated as characters or not? Yes. But actually are registered with only name called Suresh. But if I give spaces, spaces Suresh is equal to Suresh? No. Okay. So it will give invalid username or what? Password. Password is correct. But username is what? Not correct. But username is also correct. But what I did, I put what? Some spaces. But while comparing, I want to compare it by removing the spaces. While comparing, I should compare it by removing what here? Spaces. So how can I remove this leading spaces? Leading spaces. How can I remove this leading spaces? You remove this leading spaces by using which one? Else. If you don't give the characters, then it will remove which one? Spaces. If you don't give the characters, then it will remove what? Spaces. For example, see. So this is how Generally, this is related with which module? Kinter module. Kinter is used for developing which applications? GUI. Now, this is along with which one? Database. Which database? MySQL database. So all this coding you learn, okay? All this coding you learn and you do one simple application. You develop a simple application, okay? Like this is login and there is a register. This code is related with what? User, user what? Registration. So once you run this, user registration, you enter the name, username and password. Suppose if the username is already there, suppose I enter the name and username and password. If I say register, user is what here? Registered. Suppose if I enter the same username again, if I say register, it is given message called user exists. So for that, you are writing this much code or not? This is a code what you are writing it. This is for login, but this is for which one? User registration. So in this application, we use the backend as what? MySQL. We use the backend as what here? MySQL. Okay. Simple applications, but this is how you develop projects. But to develop all these things, you must be strong in what? Fundamentals. All these fundamentals like list, set, dictionaries, strings, functions, how to write the functions. If you know all these things, that application development becomes what? Easy. If you learn all those functions, application development becomes easy. Now, if you want to remove, for example, I said str1, okay, within double quotes, I have given spaces and then I said Ramesh. str2 equal to, I just write only which one? Ramesh. I'm comparing it by saying str1 double equal to what? str2. Is a string 1 is equal to string 2? No. So what is the value of str1, Ramesh? What is the value of str2, Ramesh? But is it equal or not equal? Not equal. Why? Because this is having what here? Spaces. So immediately it is written what? False. But I want to compare it by removing those spaces. Then what will I do? I'll say str1 dot l strip. So it will remove which spaces? Leading spaces. Leading spaces and str2. Now in this case, is it written true or false? True. So why? Because it is written by removing which spaces here? Leading spaces. It is compared by removing which spaces? Leading spaces. For that, I use which one? L strip. Getting or not? Okay, just try to understand this. But L strip by default, it will remove only what? Spaces. But is it any other characters it can remove? Yes. For example, I said star, star, star and Ramesh. Then I want to remove those stars, leading stars. Then I'll say str2 equal to str3 dot L strip. So what you want to remove from left side? Star. If I print str3, what is str3? Star, 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 Ramesh. And str4 is only Ramesh. It is not only remove one character, it is also remove combinations. For example, str5 equal to star, okay, star and dollar, ampersand, okay, ampersand and again star and dollar, okay, again hash like this. And after that, I've written which one? Ramesh. Now I want to remove this leading characters. Then how can I remove this leading characters? I can write str6 equal to str5 dot L strip. So what characters which are there at left side you want to remove? Star, and I want to remove ampersand. I want to remove which one? Dollar. I want to remove which one? Hash. Comma str, sorry. So it will search. This L strip will search from left to right. Now, is it star is there or not? Yes. Delete it. Star will be there. Is it dollar is there? Yes. Delete it. Ampersand is there? Yes. Delete it. Is it dollar? Star is there? Yes. Delete it. Is it dollar is there? Yes. Delete it. Is it hash is there? Yes. Delete it. But is it R is there? No. It will stop. Suppose if this star is there in the middle, will it delete? No. It will delete only which side here? Left side. Suppose here R is there, but after R there is a star. After R there is a star. Will it delete? No. After R, if there is a star, it will not delete because L means what here? Left side, not in the middle. So until it is found, it will delete. From left side, until it is found, it will delete. If it is not found, then it will terminate. Now what will happen here? Print str5. Print str5 and print str. Print str5 and print str6. What is the value of str6 here? Right? So it is like this. Now L strip, leading spaces or characters. Leading spaces are what here? Characters can be removed by using L strip. Is removed by using which one? L strip. So L strip is used for that. Yeah, just to try to understand this, what is the meaning of L strip here, right? Yes. Then next one is, so there is one function called make translation. Str dot make translation, and this make translation will do the translation by using another method, str dot make translation and translation table. Make translation. These both are interrelated here. Translate. Actually, what is the name of the function? Translate. But translate is a function which requires translation table. And this translation table, so this returns translation table. This returns translation table used by translate method. This return translation table used by which method? Translate method. This returns translation table used by which method? Translate method. Now, this is nothing but translating a string into another string, which is nothing but like converting plain text into what? Cipher text. You convert some text into what? Another text, which is just like a encryption, which is just like what? Encryption. For example, make translation is there, and this make translation will return a translation table. And this translation table is used by which one? Translate. To translate. See here. Return a copy of the string when, in which each character has been mapped through the given translation table. So what is the meaning of this is, it's just like encrypting. For example, you have a string. Okay, for example, there is a string called ABC. Okay, there is one string called which one here? ABC is a string. I want to translate this ABC. Okay, ABC is there. I want to translate this string ABC into another string. I want to translate this ABC string into what? Another string. Then you want to translate A to what? You want to translate A with what? You want to translate B with what? You want to translate C with what? That you have to define by using which method here? Make translation. Now this is a source and this is what here? Destination. For example, just try to see this one. Just try to see this. Make translation. That will return one translation table. Suppose I'm saying table 1 equal to str dot make translate. Make translate. This will return make translate. Make trans. Okay, make trans will return translation table. So where I want to translate vowels. What I want to do, I want to translate which one? Vowels. A, E, I, O, U. I want to translate A, E, I, O, U with, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want to translate A, E, I, O, U with what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It means A is translated to what here? 1. And E is translated to what here? 2. And I is translated with what? 3. And O is translated to what? 4. And U is translated with what? 5. Then again I want to translate this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into vowels. Then again I create one more table. So that is nothing but encryption and decryption. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again I want to convert into what? A, E, I, O, U. Again I want to convert into A, E, I, O, U. For example, my string is some programming. What is a string here? Programming. I want to translate this string programming. I want to translate this string programming to another string by using which one? Translation table. So how can I translate it? By using translate. I want to translate str1 using translation table 1. So what will happen? Translate method uses which one? Translation table 1, and it translate wherever A is there. Wherever A is there, it is translated to what? 1. Wherever E is there, it is translated to what? 2. Wherever I is there, it is translated with what? 3. Wherever O is there, it is translated with what? 4. And wherever U is there, it is translated with what? 5. If you see str2, this is str1, which is programming, and this is str2, which is having PR4, GR1, MM3, N, and what? G. It means all these vowels are translated or not? Yes. So encryption, this is just like encryption. Again, if you want to get it back, then I use another translation table where I convert these numbers into what? Vowels. Now str2 dot translate. str2 dot translate by using translation table 2. In this case, str3. What is the value of str3 here? Programming. So 4 is translated. Now 4 is translated with what here? O. Then this is 1. 1 is translated with what here? A. And this is a 3. And 3 is translated with what here? I. Now, when you are storing passwords into the database, you want to store the passwords into the database not as it is. You don't want to store the passwords into the database as it is, but rather than I want to store it by converting or by encrypting, and that can be done by using which one? Translate. That is done by using which one here? Translate. Translate. So that will return one translation table. That will return one translation table, and using the translation table, you are trying to do what here? Translation, right? So that is converting plain text into some cipher text and converting again cipher text into which text? Plain text. Now that kind of conversion you are doing it by using two functions here. One is make trans and one more is which one? Translate. Translate. So these are two functions here. So that is make translate, make trans, and one more is a translate. There is one more function is there called which one? Partition. There is one more function is there. What is the name of this function here? Partition. What is the name of this function here? Partition is a function. Split is there. There is a split, and there is also a function called which one? Partition. Partition also split, and split is also what? Split. So split the string at the first occurrence of the separator and return a 3 tuple containing the part before the separator itself, and the part after the separator. If the separator is not found, return a 3 tuple containing the string itself, followed by 2 empty strings. Okay, otherwise we'll see rest of the methods of which one? String. Okay, so tomorrow we'll see this one, right? Today we'll stop it here, and tomorrow we'll continue with other methods of the strings. Once we complete the strings, we'll go for functions, how to build your own functions, right? So we'll stop it here today, and tomorrow we'll continue this. Thank you.